Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So, dead straightforward video today. We're going to build the Tamiya Lunchbox. This one's for my personal collection, as I got rid of the last one. A few little changes in decals, different colour of box art paint, which might interest you, and we'll get into all that as we go. But yeah, let's get cracking. Right, so I'm going to build this a little bit differently. Normally I'd build a chassis and whatever, but I'm going to do this all in one video. So to save me time in the build process, I'm just going to paint the body first. So this is the first change from the box art. So I use TS47, which is chrome yellow. It's quite a bit darker than the box art. Now the story goes behind this, and I'm not too sure how it is, if it's true or not, but I believe it to be. The original Tamiya guidebook pictures of the lunchbox were done in a very similar colour. Obviously, I'm guessing, well, no, I know that the PS and TS paints weren't out at that time when the lunchbox first came out. But whatever, I guess, Tamiya brush paint equivalent was very close to this. I've done my last lunchbox in this colour and it looks absolutely gorgeous. But it's definitely not a bright yellow, vibrant like the Riri lunchbox is. So it's a personal choice, it's personal preference on this one, and you'll have to let me know what you think. Anyway, first part of call, let's start layering that up with some paint. Right, so that's stage one. So we've got the body mounts on the chassis, and we've got the gears in. So I'm just going to grease all that up now, and we'll put the gearbox together. Not using any bearings in this kit. As I say, I doubt, well, I was going to say I doubt it'll run. It may run well in the future, next year after winter. But short term, no plans for it. Right, that's the next step. So gearbox is finished, all bolted together. I did forget to say earlier, I put a steering servo in. It's a very old one, and I've actually cut the leads off because they were battered. But with this particular kit, you can't really, even if it's going on shelf, you kind of need the steering servo in there to hold the front end in place. So yeah, so that's all done. I've put second coat of paint on the body now. And we'll give that a good half an hour, 40 minutes, and then we'll go a little bit heavier on the paint after that. Right, next stage done. So that's basically now all the gearbox assembly finished. So we've got the motor in position with that little bracket it uses, bog standard pinion, kit pinion. We've got the side lower shock mounts on now, and obviously we've got the wheelie bar. So that's that basically finished. So now we've just got to make up the little side units here where the big axle goes through on those little springs, and then that goes onto the actual chassis then. Right, and that's all the back end attached with these proper high-end lunchbox shocks. You gotta love them, haven't you? They're awesome. So yeah, I've removed the extra screws, screw either side, but that releases the spring. You have to put a screw in there to hold the spring in position first of all. So that's done, so that lets it go up, and sorry I'm doing this with one hand, lets it do that, but it also, the idea is to let it, okay, I'm not going to be able to do that on camera, maybe this way, to go side to side like that. That's the idea. Not that it makes a blind bit of difference when you're running them, but yeah, very, very cool. Right, looking at the instructions now, we're starting to do the front end stuff, and I've now got 3 coats of paint on the shell, and that third coat I went on quite a bit heavier, and it's starting to look pretty good. Right, so now we've got all this section on, just lift the camera up slightly, sorry. We've got all this middle section bolted down. We've got the battery keeper arm on now, and we've just fitted this front unit to it. So I'm guessing it'll be front arms next. Right, so that's the front arms made up, obviously attached with this brace that goes over that keeps the arms in. Also got the bumper on, steering rods are connected, and that's how that works. So now just got to do with front shocks. Right, and that's the chassis complete. Now the front shocks are on. Awesome. Yeah, love it. Very pleasurable build. I love the lunchbox. It's not like anything else really. Well, it is. Sorry, I take that back. It's obviously Grasshopper Hornet style, but with his chassis and the suspension setup. Anyway, next stage is I've given 4 coats of paint on the body now, but I held it up to the light and it just looked a little bit patchy or sort of darker in certain places. So I'm letting it harden and then I'm going to bring it out into some better light. But while we're waiting, let's get the tyres on the wheels and get them fitted on the chassis. Look at that unmistakable Lunchbox tyre angle. Wheel angle, sorry. Just class when it's wheeling and those wheels droop like that. Absolutely outstanding. I know you can get aftermarket 3D printed or made stuff that straightens all that up, but why would you want to? Isn't that like one of the biggest parts of a lunchbox? And obviously that's kind of how it's going to sit. Absolutely awesome. Love it. So right, that's as far as I can go with the chassis now. Very happy with that. So yeah, next time I come on, I'll have the shell in front of you. Right, so that's the shell. It's about 5 coats in total. I need to just trim that up before the sunroof visor thing goes in. But yeah, that's come out of treat. I really like this colour. Me personally, I think the Riri's too yellow. But again, it's personal preference, isn't it? But if you're not liking this colour right now, I guarantee, or I hope, you'll change your mind once you see it when it's all the detail and decals are on, because it does look pretty darn cool. Right, so what's next? So I've got to paint the front windscreen surround. That's going to be black. Don't like doing that. Always runs on these tight corners. So yeah, we've got to paint that, and last time I painted this little section here, but I'm thinking of leaving it this time because I'm going to put some, once that's painted, then we'll put all the body kit pieces on it, and then I'm going to use some black lining tape, after the decals are on, and I'm going to put, with the black tape, I'm going to put the door surrounds on. I'm going to try anyway. Problem is, it might be easier doing it with a paint pen than actually stickers, but I don't know, we'll give it a try anyway. But yeah, I'd like to, this thing here, I'd like to go all the way around that in black as well. That goes all the way around because that'd look pretty cool. And if I can get the door surround, but again, I'm just planning ahead, aren't I? I'm getting too far ahead of myself. So yeah, let's get this front window surround painted. Right, that's the window surrounds on. Relatively happy with the main one, but these side ones not happy with. I'm going to have to touch them up later. They're a little bit ropey. Do you know, every time I do those little corner windows on a Lunchbox, I mess them up every time, and that is really frustrating. Anyway, there's a mistake here, but the driver's name's going to cover that with a decal. On both sides, actually. Damn, that's frustrating. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the windscreen, all the body sets to it now. Right, it's taking shape now. Look at that. That looks ace. I love it. So obviously we've got the windscreens in, we've got the sunroof in. That's the front end on. The sides are on. The back's on. So yeah, that's looking mighty fine right now. So yeah, it's decaling time now, which is relatively straightforward on this. I have got some leftover MCI decals. I won't go into this massively, I've done it to death, but basically the Riri decals, the address and the website obviously differ from the original, where the original was a phone number and it has a different address. I'll show you that once I've got them on, but I have got some of those decals which allows me to put the reproduction of the originals on in certain places, which is pretty cool. Right, that's the decals on. The Lunchbox is one of the easiest decals to do, in my opinion. I love doing them. So obviously we've got that on the side, so there's no changes there decal wise. These are all Riri. That's helped cover my mistakes up a little bit. Front's not got a great deal going on. Side, and again that's helped with my little mistake. And then we've got that on the back, and then this is where it does kind of differ from the Riri one. So first of all, I'll show you So as you can see on the Riri, it's Owner Vanessa and then it's Tamiya's website, whereas the original was Owner Vanessa and then with an actual phone number, because this was before the days of the internet. So that's that one, and for some reason they changed the address on the Riri. So it was Service 2 Inglewood, and oh no, it's only the last line that changed, forgive me. So on the Riri it was Signal Hill, and on the original it was Dignal Hill. That's the only changes. Right, so that would be it normally finished, and I'd mount it on the chassis. But what I just want to try, run some black line tape around this, because it goes all the way around, just see what it looks like. I might also just run a line down here to see if I can do the door, but I don't know, it might be too thick, but we'll have a look. Right, I've had a little play, and this is line tape. So obviously this rim here, start seeing it goes all the way around the truck in one piece. So I like that, that looks pretty decent. So as I say, it wraps right around. I've added a new Wild Designs Big Wheels decal on there for no particular reason. I just thought, yeah, just fill it up a little bit. Now on this side I did the door with the line tape, so I've obviously continued it along, and then I've done the door, and I've got to be honest, I don't like it. I don't know what it is, I think it looks tacky, that. I don't know, I'm quite new to this line taping, so yeah, I don't like it. I think that looks better just as it is. Be interesting to hear in the comments what you think. I'm going to take it off anyway, but yeah, maybe my line tape's just a little bit thick. I think this is 0.7 of the Chaos or Macron tape, I think it's called. But yeah, I tried it anyway. So I'm going to whiz that back off, and then we'll mount the shell. And there we have the finished article. Nothing better than a lunchbox in your collection. What a thing it is. I'm loving that paint as well, TS47. Absolutely adore that for the lunchbox. I think it's cock on. Just an absolute mega cool monster truck, isn't it? When I did anyway, I was going to get into which is the most iconic. It's just ridiculous. I change my mind every bloody month or so. But yeah, I've always said it though, this is in my top 5 favourite Tamiya RCs. It has to be, just because of what it is. And then final shot of it, I like that. What I should have done, that extra decal, I might end up taking that off. Or at very least, I should have probably ran it just above here, quite possibly. But anyway, it's done, isn't it? But that's an awesome looking thing. And she's done. What an absolute pleasure that was. I built so many lunchboxes, but it never gets old, to be honest. Yeah, very chuffed with that. So I built this in a full day from start to finish, which is no big feat, as long as obviously you get the paint side of it done first, as I did. But yeah, very happy with that. And again, this is my personal lunchbox for my own collection now. This one's not going anywhere. And in the future, after winter's been and gone, we'll get it out for a run. I have ordered some MCI like BF Goodrich tyre decals, which I'll have to cut and make fit best I can. I'm not too sure I've ever put tyre decals on a lunchbox, so that'll make it look better if I can get them to fit right. And when those decals arrive, I will have to paint. I've got to get some orange paint on the indicators at the front. There's one here and one here on either side. On either side. Indicators. Honestly, you guys deserve a medal for watching my dribble. Anyway, so yeah, we'll do that. There's a couple of tiny little touch-ups I might do, I don't know. Maybe try to paint the door handle and the little key switch, the key fob. Oh my goodness. It's been a long day, I apologise. But yeah, very, very happy with that. Shame about that door line tape, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't doing it for me. And I can only think it's because I was using 0.7. Maybe it needs to be down at like 0.4 or something. I think it stood out too much for me. Again, please put in the comments about what you thought that door lining detail look like. I like this one. This looks kind of cool. It's different. Never done that before. So yeah, I think that's about it really. When the tyre decals come and whatever, we'll get it finished off. But yeah, very happy. Anyway, I'll end this video here. So once again, thanks so much for watching. It's honestly massively appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider giving this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And if you do that, go and smash that notification bell buzzer for our weekly videos. And as always, my friends, happy RCing.